So in addition to the good news that the PlayStation 5 is going to be readily available this holiday, let's keep our fingers crossed that they can keep the stock actually shipped out to people, because 10 million consoles out at launch year is insane. Nothing's ever happened like that before in the history of gaming. So it does bode well for Sony to be able to get out there and get their console out into as many hands as possible. But aside from that, there was a couple of huge stories that kind of came out that I wanted to cover in one video, and I figured that you guys would be the perfect audience to sort of convey this message to, and to let know what's going on, because you guys want to be in the know, and I understand that, and I totally get that and respect that. So this should end up being a pretty good video. And hey, by the way, I'm waiting to get my pre-order in for the PlayStation 5 as soon as it comes up, just like the rest of y'all. So, you know, keep that in mind. I hope to have that news soon. As soon as that comes out, I'll let you know personally. What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would really appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel, and it means a lot to me personally. Thank you to all the new subscribers, old subscribers, and everybody in between. It really means a lot when you take time out of your day to check out one of my videos. If you really want to support the channel, the very least you could do is just hit the like button. I mean, that's like the greatest thing to me. Just like the content, because I spend so much time on it, and it just means a lot. You know, you'd be surprised at how few comments and like positive comments and things like that I get. So it's really just, you know, absolutely something that I appreciate. Much love for that. And you know, aside from that, I just want to say, you know, I love doing these videos, and I love kind of just talking video games. So hopefully you guys understand that and appreciate the time that I put in. But on to more important issues. That's what I want to talk about today. And guess what? There's some incredible stuff coming out that I find absolutely fascinating. You know, I really do think that these are some of the stories that a lot of people are going to be covering and things like that. Two parts to this. First of all, yesterday, what Microsoft did was actually they went out of their way to sort of announce velocity architecture for the Xbox Series X, which basically is their way of saying, hey, they have hardware compression. Again, by releasing sort of these hype videos and naming something like velocity architecture, it does create buzz and buzzwords. But to be honest with you, I would think that probably 99% of console gamers don't have any idea what it is or what it means. You know, so the interesting part with all this is just seeing how many people are talking about it that have no idea exactly 100% what it means. Like for me personally, I know what hardware compression is, and you know, they're talking about the speeds of the consoles and things like that, and how fast you're able to access the streaming data and things like that. But at the same time, they basically come out and admit that they're not nearly as fast as the PlayStation 5, which, you know, that's a weird thing to come out and sort of, you know, parade around. So they did this like hype video, and everybody's talking about it. Oh man, it's so great. It's, you know, look how fast it is, you know, velocity architecture. And, you know, we got velocity architecture, and we also got, you know, smart delivery with that velocity architecture, smart delivery. You know, like the buzzwords are beyond ridiculous at this point and kind of funny. But, you know, it's not bad news. It's good news. You know, they're going to have a fast console, just not as fast or as efficient as the PlayStation 5, according to most people, including Mark Cerny himself, who sort of laid this down. Now, in this, it shows you how its storage throughput is 40 times faster than Xbox One. Now, that's interesting. 40% faster than Xbox One. When you look at the PlayStation side, 100 times faster. The PlayStation 5 is 100 times faster than the PlayStation 4. 100 times faster. That is absolutely incredible to see. And at the same time, it's easy to see, like, you know, hey, Sony know exactly what they're doing, and Sony had this idea all along. I'm not saying that Microsoft is bad or terrible. Theirs is really good too. But again, people were running with it that the PlayStation 5 version wasn't as good now or whatever. That's just absolutely ridiculous. You're going to still see much quicker load times and speeds and the availability to the third-party devs and stuff. We've seen all these devs talk about it, how it's second to none, how Sony's thing is in its class all of its own. You know, Epic Games, multiple third-party devs are talking about it as well. So I just found that kind of funny that, you know, you had Microsoft basically out there going, hey, our stuff isn't as good as this, but, you know, here it is anyway. You know what I mean? It's like, I just found that to be a little bit interesting and something that I thought worthwhile talking about, at least for a little bit, just for the simple fact that, you know, we're all gamers and we all kind of just want to know what's going on and what's coming with the next generation as well. So I did find that to be quite ironic, and I will link this in the description so you guys can check it out and stuff like that. But I did find it to be very interesting and kind of fascinating at the same time, just for the simple fact that Sony has already kind of commented on this many times before, and they're very clear about it, whereas Microsoft, on the other hand, this was rumored for a while. It wasn't really something that that people were like, oh man, is this real or not? Like, we all knew that this was what they were having because this was something that came out. I think Digital Foundry even talked about this months ago. So yeah, like we've known about this stuff for a little while now, and it's very fine. I think it's all good, but at the end of the day, people running with the narrative that this somehow is a huge negative or a super bad thing for the PlayStation 5 is absolutely ludicrous, and I can't stress that enough. It's completely inaccurate as well, because Sony has had for a while now the better solution when it comes to this kind of stuff, and the speed and things like that. We knew about the speed of the PlayStation 5. Even I don't know why people conveniently forget this stuff, but it is funny to see. The other thing I kind of wanted to talk about was we have a real life image, our first DualSense image pictures, right? So obviously over the past few months, Sony has kind of slowly pulled back the curtain on the PlayStation 5. A lot of people think the PlayStation 5 is this huge beast of a console. Now we know that it actually weighs less than a PlayStation 3, and it also is only about a pound more than the Xbox Series X. So I guess that kind of ruins the idea that, hey, this thing is this huge beast of a console. It's surely a big console, and people were like having these really bad pictures of a DualSense that made it look like it was huge in people's hands, and now we see more legit ones. Sony haven't really released any official images so far, but now there's an image of the PlayStation 5 from the production line that came out, and there's also a DualSense controller that has now leaked as well. They've uploaded an image showing a DualSense being held in a hand. As is always the case, you could take it with a grain of salt as whether it's real or fake, but actually there's a lot of people that take a lot of pride in themselves in creating fake images and things like that. But based on the controller's sizes, and there's also decent reflections and things like that, the image does look pretty convincing, which I will link this in the description so you guys can check it out. One thing about my videos is, if you're new to the channel, I will always link news articles as the description when I'm doing a news story. If it's opinion based, obviously that doesn't need it doesn't need a link to anything because it's my own opinion. If it's rumor or leak or something like that, I will try to link something if I can, but if something somebody told me in confidence, then I can't let you know. I'll just tell you, take it with a grain of salt. But anyway, according to this, like, the new controller feels awesome, and it's not this giant beast of a thing, and the PlayStation 5 doesn't weigh 300 pounds like people were trying to make it out to be or whatever. But at the same time, again, this is really good news, because guess what? They're ramping up production. We're going to see more of this kind of stuff, like coming off the production line and just in general, with how well these things are going to be doing, because guess what? They're making them. They've got to have ready. They're supposedly upping 10 million to ship this year. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting time for everybody, and I'm looking forward to actually being able to go out there and pre-order my own. I know a lot of people are too. They're like, hey, have you heard anything about the pre-orders or when those are going to go live? I have no idea. This back and forth with Microsoft is really annoying, to be honest with you. Like, let us know the price. Let us know the price so we can put our money down, so that we have an idea of how much we're going to need. To be honest with you guys, like, I'm going to get the PlayStation 5. I would love to get the Series X as well. I think it comes down to the price, man. If these things are above $500, then I probably can't get both, but at least we would know where we stand and how much you need, you know what I mean? So hopefully they can get prices out sooner rather than later, and we can get an idea of the launch games and what to expect and stuff like that. I know this stuff is probably a week or so away, just considering the fact that Microsoft is doing their show on the 23rd, which that's not too far away from now. So it's going to be an interesting time to see what happens there. I've heard some interesting stuff about what they're going to showcase. What's it going to be? Hey, is it going to be enough to win you over? Is it going to be enough to win me over? hey, I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see, I guess. But I will probably do a video on that a little bit later on down the line as well. And then, of course, you know, I'm putting together some podcasts and doing some interesting stuff there as well. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. And I really do appreciate anyone who takes the time out of their busy schedule to watch my videos. It means a lot. And I'm very thankful to each and every one of you. If you ever want to reach me on Xbox Live, MOH space Crapgamer, Twitter at @_Crapgamer, or PSN, just Crapgamer. I'm starting to kick more stuff into gear as well, so hopefully I can get some reviews out and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to it. Stay safe, happy, healthy. Rack 'em up and game on, everybody. Crapgamer, out.
Unscripted.